Appleminte. Welcome back again to my channel. Before I talk about anything art related, I really need you guys to see my pants. Look at them. Yes, I don't know if you can tell, but like little ghosts. I got the pants for $6. Anyway, this week I feel like the internet has been completely broken. I don't know if it's just me. On Instagram, literally everywhere, almost everybody I follow has created something with Galarian Ponyta. I don't know if you guys are Pokemon fans like I am, but it's so cute. It's so cute. But like, you tell me what kind of Pokemon this is. What type is this Pokemon? I'll give you 3 seconds. No. Like, why isn't this thing a fairy? This is a fairy. This is not a fairy. But I digress. For today's video, I really want to draw Galarian Ponyta, but I want to turn Ponyta into a human because that's how I draw things. I often get sent a lot of art supplies from different companies, and I honestly don't know what to do with it half the time. Today, I am going to be using some of the art supplies that was sent to me recently, which are the Tri-Blend markers from Spectrum Noir. Let's just get right into the video. Let's open up the markers, see what they're about, and then we can get to creating Galarian Ponyta. And it's not a fairy. At least I have cool pants. So for today's video, I'm going to be using these Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. I heard about these and I've never tried them before. This video is not sponsored. They just sent these to me for free to use. It says it comes with 24 different pens, 72 colors. Okay, all right, okay. I'm not about to be defeated. Ooh, I love new art supplies. Okay, we'll pull this one out. If I could focus my camera, that would be amazing, you know? You get the point. So this one is the citrus green blend. Here's the front. It says that this is the light, then this is the mid color, and this is the dark side. It seems that we can pull these apart at, ooh. Waha. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, this is really cool. I've literally never seen this kind of thing before. These seem to be bullet nibs, so you guys know that brush nibs are my favorite, but these are alcohol based, so not a lost cause. We seem to have 3 layers here of markers, so I'm gonna get right in on those swatches and then we'll see what we can create with these, but I'm excited. So in swatching all of these colors, I decided to make boxes and separate them and then do dark to light. And that way I could kind of see the gradient that I could get. I will say that I did feel like I ran into an issue with some, not all of the markers, but some of the markers in terms of how they blended. You might notice some of them being a little bit more streaky than others, but I think some of the markers I may have been sent might have been a little bit dried out. So I don't know if that's really a fault of the markers themselves, but you know, you can tell some of them were a little bit more difficult to blend. Like some of the oranges, yellows, reds seemed a little bit easier, and then some of the ones that were a little drier, which I noticed were some of the greens and blues, gave me a little bit harder of a time. But overall, I do like the selection of colors that they provide in this set. Personally, I wish there was like another pink, but I really did like that pale pink color. When you put it down, it comes out really like peachy, and then it kind of dries down a little bit more in between peach and pink. So I really like that color. It's pretty. But yeah, 24 individual markers with 72 colors inside in total. So that's 3 colors per marker. Here is all of the swatches together. And now that I have these down, I'm going to go into the drawing. So I'll talk a little bit more about the markers a bit later in the video. But for now, I'm going to tell you a bit about my sketch. So for this Galarian Ponyta drawing, because Ponyta is so pastel and adorable and fluffy looking, I want to make my human version of the character super pastel, fluffy, and adorable looking. I am a bit bummed, I mean, if you got that vibe from the beginning of the video, that it's not technically a fairy type, but I'm still holding out hope that maybe Rapidash will be fairy type. I don't know, fairy, psychic, maybe. I know they have a lot of fairy types, but like this, come on, this is too perfect. Anyway, I played around with a few different poses here, and at first I had her hand kind of up, and I was thinking, okay, if she's psychic, maybe she's just using her psychic abilities and powers, but soon I'm gonna get rid of this hand here because I didn't like her hand like pointing upward like that. I don't know, it looked kind of silly. Didn't really fit the pose.
I ended up also editing her pose a bit in terms of the size of her legs and the size of her lower half of her body a bit, because I realized her head did look kind of large compared to everything else. So I did end up fixing that. Overall, I don't know, before I drew this, I sketched out what I wanted her to look like on a piece of paper standing up, but I didn't want to do that like plain pose for a video like this. So here you'll see I ended up changing it to like peace sign. I know it's really like generic, but like I really didn't know where to go with this. I wanted to showcase her outfit and I don't know, all the cute little fluffy aspects, so didn't want to do anything too crazy, but felt like this pose kind of fit her, and that's where I left it. So for her outfit specifically, I was kind of going with like a Japanese K fashion type of vibe. So I looked up, and also like a little bit of like a, if it's like a Lolita type, but it's not really Lolita. It's more like the cute, fluffy pastel clothing style. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like if you look it up, you'll see a lot of outfits that fall under this category. So for her outfit specifically, I actually found a picture of a person that was wearing this outfit, and I thought it was really cute. If I find the reference image, I will put it up here. But it was like really, she had like a big fluffy pink sweater and a pastel skirt, and I just felt this outfit like fit the theme of what I was going for here. But because before I decided on that type of fashion style, I was actually originally going to do like an overalls type thing, like overalls, a t-shirt, and then her big fuzzy boot covers, whatever you want to call these, to kind of mimic the way that Galarian Ponyta has those big fluffs over its legs. So I felt that they went better with this type of outfit than they did with like the overalls look. That's why I scrapped that and I went with this, because I knew she had to have those leg covers anyway, so might as well make it match the outfit more, because that was something that needed to stay no matter what. I have a lot of fun with videos like this in general, just like turning things, I've said this in the past, like turning things into human characters. I just think it's really fun because it lets me be creative, but it also like gives you a little bit of a structure on what you already kind of know your subject, but you get to take it a little bit further, you know? So that's why I like these kinds of things. But going into the markers a bit, I guess I could talk about that now. I enjoyed using them. They were definitely, like I've said in the past, I prefer a brush nib. You guys know I like brush nib markers way better. They're just way easier to blend in my opinion. But I don't like to discount bullet nibs completely because they do work well still, especially if they're alcohol markers. Water-based markers are kind of like the bane of my existence. I'm very bad at using them, and I'm just not a fan of the fact that you can't really layer as much, especially since I'm so used to alcohol-based markers. And in this day and age, there's way more brands than just Copic that make alcohol-based markers that are actually really good. In the past, I remember there wasn't that many options, and the options that there were, they weren't that great. And so, you know, I feel like we're in a good time now. There's a lot more options. So these markers are definitely very interesting. Their whole gimmick of them being like a 3-in-1 is nice for people who might not have the ability to buy multiple separate markers, but also want to make sure that they have multiple shades of the same color when they're shading. So it kind of does the work for you in that sense. They put all of the 3 shades of a color, you know, a light red, a medium red, and a dark red, all in the same marker, and then you can have it all right there. You don't have to worry about going out and finding different separate markers. I think that that is definitely a plus of these markers for people who don't want to have to worry about that. Now, this isn't a formal review of these markers in any sense. This is just me kind of talking about a few of the aspects of them, but I will say that their price on Amazon is $120 US. So that comes to about $5 a marker. So with $5, you get 3 different colors within the marker. So honestly, that's not that bad. And especially for alcohol-based ink markers, you know, it's not anything to complain about, but I do wonder about how much ink is actually in these markers since they are all connected. There's got to be less ink in their reservoirs. I'm guessing. I don't really know how much each one holds, but to me, it just seems like they would have to hold less. I don't know, but who knows? I'm just speculating here. But overall, I had a good time using these markers. I felt that the range was pretty good. Like I said, I wish I had another shade of pink. It was either the super bright, hot pink, or it was this more muted blush color. both of which are pretty, but I wish I had one that was more of just a regular pastel pink. Not so much on the blushy reddish side, but more on the purpley pink side. So that was the only thing that I felt was missing for me, especially because I do use that color pretty decently often. But other than that, these markers were pretty fine to use. They're pretty standard in my opinion in terms of alcohol-based bullet markers. So yeah, if you're into having multiple shades in one, I feel like that's where the value of these markers comes. So do give them, give them a look online, check them out. I like using them and I like their color range. But back to my drawing. So yeah, I've pretty much filled in all the color at this point and just going back and doing some extra shading here. But I really did have fun with this drawing. At first I was like iffy about the pose, like I said, and then once I tweaked it a bit and I gave it that dark black outline like I like to do, and then started going in with all the colors, I really started loving it. And I feel like this is like the type of girl that would be super bubbly and cheery and like, I don't know, she wants to be your best friend kind of girl. That's how she looks. So that is my interpretation of Galarian Ponyta. I threw on a cloud because up too high on the page, okay? So I threw on a cloud. Don't say you can't relate to this. But yeah, this is my interpretation of this Pokemon as a human. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And now on to my final thoughts. So guys, that's my human interpretation of Galarian Ponyta. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like it, if I did a good job, I don't know, but let me know what you think. Again, I'm still outraged. It's not a fairy. Not even outraged, just really confused. Anyway, as always, I have all of my links in the description box below. I have the link to my online shop where you can find all of my pins, prints, charms, and all of those goodies are there. You can follow me on Instagram to see all of my Inktober drawings, as well as keep up to date with things for my store and other things that I don't always post here on the channel. And then lastly, I have my pin club, which is fairly new. If you join in October, you will get the pin for November and a bunch of other free goodies that come along with it. So please go check it out. It's a monthly pin club and yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. I will see you all next Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time as always, and I hope you have a beautiful, spooky week. Bye bye!